Coach and Victory News contributor Rick Green. Rick, liberals are rabid in their attacks on the Supreme Court and Justice Clarence Thomas, really in particular. Is this mere hot air, or is it a true threat to that branch of government, Rick?
Well, it's a real threat in multiple ways. First of all, it's a dangerous threat. We've seen the protesting. We've seen an assassination attempt on Justice Kavanaugh, and this all comes from the language of Chuck Schumer and other Democrat leaders who have called for these kind of things. So it's a real threat physically, first of all, to the court, but it's also just a threat to the respect of the court and the respect of the rule of law. And these people that are saying these outlandish claims, I don't think they even read the actual opinions. What Clarence Thomas said in his concurring opinion on Dobbs was that substantive due process, this made-up legal theory that the court created in order to find a right to abortion that did not exist in the Constitution. He's saying that made-up legal theory needs to be re-examined, and instead of creating rights in a clause that is about due process, not about the specific rights, it's about the process for when you deprive people of life, liberty, and property. For instance, if somebody commits a bunch of murders, they should be deprived of potentially their life, but certainly their liberty, and put in jail. Anyway, they're certainly lying about the Supreme Court decisions, and it is a danger to whether or not we have a respect for the rule of law in our country.
All right, this just came in this morning from CNN. I want you to listen to the latest on the Biden administration.
New CNN reporting this morning about an overwhelming sense of frustration among Democrats over what is being described as mismanagement inside the Biden administration. One member of Congress calls the White House rudderless, aimless, and hopeless.
Well, that's something we've all been seeing for quite some time, Rick. When liberal media is reporting it, though, what's the future of this Biden administration?
Well, I was wondering if they were quoting Tim Fox there. No, I mean, we've said that on this program, right? And it's so, you nailed it. I mean, for Democrats to now be saying these things tells you how serious it is. They know that it's killing them at the polls. It's killing them in the election, and he's literally an albatross around their neck at this point. They know that he's incapable of doing the job of president. They know that the 25th Amendment should have been invoked a year ago, but they don't want to do that because Kamala Harris is polling even lower than Joe Biden. So they're in a real fix, man. They're in a real difficult situation. But we're paying the price for it because it's causing us as a nation to be weak around the world. And, of course, we all know we're paying for it at the pump and at the grocery store and everywhere else. But the Democrats put us in this mess, and they're going to pay a price for it in November.
Well, I know you are a big fan of Michael Moore, and he released a personal declaration recently that includes, quote, "We remove every single Republican from office in November." Now, Moore believes the party exists to overthrow elections, imprison black people, and kill women by denying abortions. How would you respond to that quote there, Mr. Rick?
You know, we used to be called crazy because we wanted to uphold the Constitution. These people are literally crazy. Think about what they're calling for. Michael Moore, Keith Olbermann. I mean, these people on the left, they literally want to drag Republicans out of office and throw them in jail for upholding the Constitution, for voting their conscience, for standing up for the principles of liberty that made our country great. These are true radical leftists, Tim. That there's no other way to describe it. I mean, thankfully, they're actually showing their true colors. They're actually saying what they believe. In the past, they were much more subversive and sort of stealth in pushing these things. Now they're saying it out loud, and the people in America can make their own judgment about just how crazy they are.
All right, Rick, Joe Biden is shipping our strategic oil reserves overseas to Europe and China while we pay outrageous prices. Here's what his press secretary said when asked about the U.S. oil going to others and not Americans.
I have not seen that report, so I would honestly have to go look into it and see what the truth is in that statement that you just laid out. And
okay, I'll just say it this way. Why?
I think what she meant to say on the rest of that was, I got to go figure out the truth so I can figure out how to twist it for you folks. I mean, they're not only incompetent, I truly think they're anti-American at this point. They want so bad to not be Donald Trump. They don't want to make America great, so they have to make America poor. They have literally moved into that mode. There's no other explanation for the things that they're doing. They're trying to bring America down. They hate American exceptionalism, and they will do anything that they can to bring us down.
All right, we got 30 seconds here. You posted a soundbite from the president on America. Let's listen to it.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Was that inspiring for you, Rick? I'm trying to get that word inside of me. Your thought?
It is actually, Greg. It inspires me to do everything I can to make sure we never have a president like this again. I'm inspired to work harder to save America.
All right, we'll be back to you.